right. All right, testing this thing out, see how it works, all that good stuff. Make sure I'm looking good. Skin looking clear, hair looking good, smile on point. All right, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? This is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you for joining me today. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. I'm about a minute late, so I do apologize. I was trying to set things up with the live. This is my first YouTube live, so I'm still operating through the rigmaroles and all that good stuff. Apparently, I found out today that until you reach the 1,000 subscriber count, I think you can max out at all of your subscribers. So if you subscribe to my channel, no matter how many people at this point, it's about 104. All of y'all can join in, but only 25 extras outside of my subscribers can join in. So if you happen to be on a live currently and you've stumbled upon this video, I would recommend that you definitely subscribe for more motivational content. Everybody needs a little bit of an uplift in their day. We're going to get started with the questions shortly. I'm aiming for this video to be about 30 minutes to an hour. It could be a bit shorter depending on who shows up for the live. It could be slightly longer depending on how many questions that you guys have. Remember, no questions are off limits. It is not necessarily just geared towards my channel alone. That keeps going off. That might go off a couple of times because I forgot to fix that or Satya turn it off before I start this video. But anyways, yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to give it about another 30 more seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to jump into the pre-questions that were asked on social media. If you would like to, you can follow me on social media at ACTRealMC. There were quite a few questions that you guys had for me. Some of them are interesting. Some of them are like, what? Why would you even ask me that question? But as promised, I will answer every single one of them to the best of my ability. All right. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, again, we'll start with the pre-questions. If anybody's on a live, then you guys can ask questions at that point. If not, and you happen to catch this after the live has been finished, you are more than welcome to leave any questions below, and I will answer them on a future video, or maybe I'll save it for the next Q&A. All right, cool. So, question number one, and whoever's watching this from social media, you came out the question or came out the gate with the swinging. Says, have you ever given anyone a hickey? Oh man, that was a funny question. Should I answer that? Yeah, I should. To my knowledge, no. To my knowledge, I don't think I have. And if I did, nobody told me. So I'm gonna say I don't do stuff like that. No, for real. To my knowledge, I don't think I have. I don't recall ever doing that. Yeah, that part. How tall are you? I am 5'8.5". Always gotta include the half to make myself seem a little bit taller. It's funny because I got the short end of the stick, so to speak, when it comes to my parents. My mom is 5'5", but my dad is 6'3". So somehow, I always talk about how my mom ruined my height. Somehow I got stuck, not even in the middle. It wasn't even a midpoint, because a midpoint for me would have been like 5'10", but 5'11", but no, it's all good. I'm 5'8". I like my height, so I'm about average when it comes to height. Maybe a little short compared to the average height of men, because I think the average height of men is about 5'10", but hey, what can you do? It's the way you're born, right? Do you prefer to speak or listen? And if I'm looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my notepad right here. Excuse my handwriting, it's not the greatest, but I wrote down all my questions on there. Do you prefer to speak or listen? Contrary to popular belief, as far or as much as I like to talk, I do prefer to listen these days. I have been more interested as time has gone on with analyzing information from people, analyzing how they talk, their thought process based on how they talk. hearing people's stories. I'm very big on communication, and a big part of communicating is not only saying what you got to say, but it's also listening to the other person, not to respond, but to interpret the message correctly. So I've grown more accustomed to listening, especially because more people have been coming to me for advice as of lately, which is kind of scary. I never thought that this many people would be like, hey, can you help me out with this? Or what do you think about this? Or what should I do in this relationship? Or how should I go about choosing this type of school? It's kind of weird because I was always the one years ago asking people for so much advice. I still do, you know what I'm saying? So getting to that point where people are willing to, open up to me, that has forced me to go from what I used to do, with just talking all the time, which I still do talk a lot, but also listening and really interpreting what they're saying so we can have an engaging conversation. And more importantly, beyond that, so they can feel like they're being heard. People just want to feel like they're heard. You know what I'm saying? People want to feel understood at the end of the day. Next question. Would you ever do content creation full time? Absolutely. Yes, that is actually my goal, or one of my life goals. I don't really have a timetable yet. Maybe that's something I can start thinking about. But I want to say at least before I turn 40, this is one of the things that I would like to be doing full time. As of the recording of this video, I am currently a language arts teacher. I teach 10th grade language arts. I also work for Boys and Girls Club, and I'm a grad assistant at UCF. I go to UCF full time, getting my specialist in ed leadership. But I don't see myself necessarily teaching for the rest of my life, at least in a traditional classroom. There are other things that I want to do with education, but as far as teaching in a traditional classroom, nah, not really my forte, if I'm just going to be honest. But yeah, content creation is definitely one of the on the list of things that I want to do. In addition to obviously doing music full time and motivational speaking, and kind of having all those things tied together. What I want to do, the things that I want to do in life, are not involved with traditional 9 to 5 orientations. Not knocking anyone who has 9 to 5, because obviously I currently have one, but I don't want that to be my forever thing. What is an ideal age which you would like to get married? So, this was a very interesting question. It used to be 25. I used to want to get married at 25. I am currently 31. I will be 32 in about two weeks and some change. Doing my math right? Yeah, about 2 weeks and some change. 2.5 weeks, I'll be 32 as the recording this video. I have come to be okay with my singleness. Dating has been very interesting for me. I'm not going to say it's been all good, but I'm not going to say it's been all bad. It's just been a mix of things. I've had great moments in dating. I've had horrible moments in dating. But I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned in dating is just to be content with where I'm at. I've gotten to that point in my life where I just enjoy myself with people. And if something comes about from it, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I just continue to put my best foot forward and making sure I continue to grow. So as far as the ideal age for marriage, I don't have one for my life currently. It'll just happen when it happens. As a man, I'm aware that I can have children at just about any age, So for me, it's like, well, if I get married at 45, then I just have kids at 45. Now, would I prefer to have kids earlier? Would I prefer to get married earlier? Yes, but it's one of those things where it's in God's control. It's not in my control. And if I try to force it to be in my control, it's not going to end well. So, yeah. What is your biggest goal in the next 3 years? I would say my biggest goal in the next 3 years, I'm going to say 2 goals because it's hard to kind of narrow that down. But number one, I would like to be getting ready to graduate my doctoral degree in ed leadership. And number two, I would like to be on a path to where I am preparing to start the process of letting go of a traditional 9 to 5. Now, some of you guys may be wondering, well, Marcus, why are you going for a doctoral degree if you don't plan on doing the traditional 9 to 5? I still plan on being involved in education, but not in the traditional sense. And I know me getting a doctoral degree will set me up for that. Can't explain everything just now. That's going to be for another video. This video is just for Q&A. But it will become clear in due time. Next question. Biggest red flags in a guy. I seem to get this question a lot. So ladies, you must be just wanting to know, like, what is it? And I've had ladies that have come to me like, yo, what should I look for in a guy? Because you seem like a great guy, so maybe you could tell me some things that I can look for. I know I had a joke with one of my homegirls. What should I look for in a guy? I was like, me. But nah, I'm playing. Nah, I didn't mean that literally in a sense towards her. But for real. It's gonna go off a couple more times, so I apologize. It's annoying. Next time I do a Q&A or any Teachable Tuesdays video, I'll make sure I shut it off. I was taking a nap before this, so that's why I had the alarm set so I could wake up in time. But okay, I'll give 3 red flags. I'll try to make it 3 different ones from what I've done, because I did a video on the biggest red flags in a guy. So number 1, and this for guys and ladies, but a man who texts or communicates inconsistently, that's a red flag, especially when you guys have already went out on a couple dates and things seem to be going well. I'm not talking about when you initially meet the guy. If you meet the guy, don't expect him to be texting you every single moment. It's just not going to happen. I wouldn't even recommend it. But if he's very inconsistent with his communication, even after you've been on a couple of dates, I would say just be wary. That's not the biggest red flag to look out for, because obviously if he's still willing to take you out and spend time with you, that's a deal within itself. But you want to make sure the communication is on par. You know what I'm saying? Another big red flag in a guy is when he calls himself a nice guy. The reason why I say this is a red flag is because nice guys, not all, but a lot of nice guys, when they say they're nice guys, they're really not nice guys. They're very manipulative. They catch an attitude when they don't get their way. And I'm not talking about just catch an attitude. I mean catch an attitude to the point where it's a negative inflection overall. Like, it's not like a situation where if you reject a guy and, you know, he'll be disappointed. Because, you know, when I get rejected by women, I get disappointed. But, you know, I communicate cordially. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I remember a couple months ago, I got rejected. We had a date, had a good time. She hit me up the next day and was like, hey, I didn't really feel a connection. I wish you all the best. I said, same to you. Boom, left it alone. But, you know, guys who are manipulative, they'll try to twist the story and, you know, well, I ain't want you anyway, or I ain't have a good time with you either. And this, you know what I'm saying? No. So avoid quote unquote nice guys. Great guys, those are the ones you want to go after. But it's difference between a great guy and a nice guy. Another video for that. Ain't gonna go too much into that. And I say the third red flag would be guys who are only physical with you. It's no question in my mind that obviously the physical aspect comes along with a relationship. But if you're only with if you're with a guy and the only thing he wants to do is be physical with you, he doesn't ever take you out anywhere. He doesn't, you know what I'm saying? He always wants you to come over to his place, things like that. And, you know, hey, sorry if anybody under 18 is listening to this, but just giving it to you raw and being real. And, hey, when you become an adult, maybe this is something you can look out for too, you know what I'm saying? But if that's the case, he don't want you, you know what I'm saying? Because a guy that really wants you, he's going to want to do all of those things with you. Yeah, he might want to be physical, but he's also going to want to take you places because he wants to create experiences. He wants to create memories. He's going to make an investment. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, just putting it out there. The physical aspect of a relationship, that is not a strong enough investment. Yes, it is one of the investments, but it's not the strongest investment. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the only thing that a guy or even a lady is doing, it don't serve you no purpose. Sorry, we're going to move on to the next question. I spent too much time on that. Dogs or cats? Cats all day. However, I am allergic to animals, unfortunately. It's just the fur aspect. That's really what the problem is. So because of that, I'm not able to do that. And sorry, I'm trying to fix my chat. Okay, there we go. Sheesh, this is weird. Okay. All right, cool. Sorry, I was trying to do it to where if people wanted to comment on under the the live chat, they could. I'm still learning about this, so forgive me. The lives will get better and better as time goes on. How many kids do you want to have? Two. Definitely two. Three would be my absolute max, but two is what I'm aiming for. Um, I would like a boy and a girl. Obviously a girl because I've always wanted to have a daughter, and a boy, so he can carry on my legacy. You know. Um, when was the last time? Oh man, somebody said when was the last time I wet the bed? Psh, when I was like 4 or 5. Psh, I don't know. That was a random question. I had some random comments and questions outside that I decided to cut out because I was just like, it don't make no sense. Y'all be asking some weird questions on social media, okay? What YouTube channels would you like to collab with? Now I'm assuming they probably meant YouTube content creators, but it's all same difference. So there's a few that come to mind. One is Tay Baby. She is, first of all, she fine as I don't know what. I don't know. Miss Taylor, I don't know if you ever gonna see his message, but if you see it, hey, holla at your boy. But nah, for real, she is amazing. I love her content. She's an advocate for men. Really, really raw, straight to the point, for real, for real. Stefan Speaks. He's another individual that I look up to. Actually, I get a lot of my ideas from him, and my mannerisms on YouTube, and even my balance between how I look at men and how I look at women. You know what I'm saying? And how I try to create that experience for both whenever I am talking about love things on this channel. Which, by the way, guys, let me just make something clear. This channel is not a dating channel. I know I just did the love series, and I've been getting a lot of questions about that lately because during the love series, I kind of really just hit y'all with a lot of relationship advice and dating advice and stuff like that. This is a motivational channel. It just so happens that whenever it is a specific series, I'm very, very, very heavy. So, for example, next month, and I'll give you guys a little bit of a preview for those who are watching this live, I'm having what is called Skate Life Series. Where I'm talking about roller skating. I'm going to have people come in and we're going to talk about roller skating and whatnot. And, some people who just joined the channel, they may think it's a roller skating YouTube channel. No, it's a motivational channel. I just do a little bit of everything and try to make everybody in every subject feel included. You know what I'm saying? So he's another person. 3 Colors. I knew 3 Colors personally, actually. We went to Cookman together. He actually went to church with a couple of my frat brothers and sorority sisters. He's a dope content creator as well. Actually, it's funny. When I stumbled upon his channel probably 6-7 months ago, I was like, what? He makes YouTube content? And he's pretty big with it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, all these names I'm dropping, check them out. These are dope channels. I mean, there's so many people, but I would say those are 3 that stand out to me. The Innovators Music Group, which is my music group, we are actually going to do a collab very soon. So yes, make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's so many mediocre tutorial reviews. I would have loved to collab with Kevin Samuels, but unfortunately he's passed away. May he rest in peace. The Pink Lessons, that's another content creator that I would like to collab with. And last but not least, because there's so many, I'm not going to say all of them right now, but J Rose, Madra Bread, Scott's Thoughts, all of them are some of my favorite PokeTubers. I have quite a few of them, but those are 3 that definitely stand out the most. Actually, it's funny, on my personal YouTube, I was making Pokemon content, like Pokemon Solo Run challenges, and I got the ideas from J Rose 11 and Madra Bread. And one day I'll get back to those. We'll see. But I used to do it on my emulator on my phone. But since I have an iPhone and there's no emulator for iPhones for like Game Boys to my knowledge, I stopped. At some point, I might pick it up. Life is a bit busy right now. But yeah, I have quite a few YouTubers that I would love to collab with in the future. Have you ever cheated? You got to be honest. Yes, I have. And it's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I recommend. I've only done it once. But once is more than enough times for me to realize that. So, again, not proud of the fact that I cheated at all. like, period. But it has happened. And, you know, such is life. You learn from it. It was a bad choice, not a mistake. Bad choice. And you grow from it. The person that I cheated on, I hope she's doing well. Um, you know, it's happened. And again, it's not something I recommend. Like Donald Jones, I'd rather leave than to cheat. And I recommend that for everybody. If you get to a position where you feel like you're about to be unfaithful, just either have enough self-control to stop yourself or break up with that person, because it ain't worth it. And last question, I didn't write this one down, but I do remember this from Instagram. They said, what is my favorite hobby? That's a good question. I don't really have a favorite hobby. I have a couple hobbies. I mean, I like roller skating. I like writing poetry. I like working out, exercising. Um, those are three that, listening to music, especially new types of music. Those are a couple of hobbies that come to mind as of right now. Can't really think of anything else at the moment. So, yep. But anyways, that's about it for all the questions. There were quite a few questions that were asked of me, and I appreciate those of you who asked the questions. There's nobody on the live that's asking any questions at the moment, so I'm gonna give you guys a few updates, and then we're gonna end this video. Again, if you're watching this and it's not the live one, I still appreciate you. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below or any comments. As the weeks go on, the next couple of weeks, we're going to be getting into our next two series. One of them is going to be the renewal series, where I'm going to be talking about, you know, the start of new processes in life and so on and so forth as we're entering into spring, which I believe started today or tomorrow, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then we're going to be getting into the Skate Life series starting in April. So we're going back to our regular scheduled video postings in case you missed the community announcement. Which I would say definitely look out for those, because I'll be using those more frequently. It's going to be 3 videos a week. Well, this week is going to be 4, but typically it's going to be my Teachable Tuesdays video, which is a regular video that ranges anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. You're going to have the Teachable Tuesday short. I'm sorry, I said 15 to 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes. Teachable Tuesday short video, which is not the real, but it's going to be the short video where it's going to be 5 minutes or less. I do my best to let you guys know what's going on, what's on my mind, or something you guys came up with. And then also we're going to do the Teachable Tuesdays reel, which obviously, you know, that's a minute or less. So the videos will be posted on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. With the exception of this week, there is going to be a reel that's going to be posted tomorrow. So you'll get 4 videos this week, but typically you will get 3 videos a week until further notice. I'm very busy with 3 jobs and grad school full-time. Also doing music. Like, for example, I have a concert this week here in Orlando with my music group, the Innovators Music Group. So it's a lot. So I can't always make as many videos as I want to, because although they are very easy to create, they are a bit time consuming. And also, I'm going to start getting more software soon. I'm going to get a microphone. I'm going to get some computer editing software. And eventually, I want these videos to be a bit more crisp. Right now, they're not horrible, but you can tell that they're obviously from my phone. I'm going to get to a point where the videos are on point. I have certain thumbnails. And to make it look, you know, a bit more interesting, because I'm realizing, and some of my friends have told me this, due to some awesome constructive criticism, shout out to my brothers, is that my video messages are on point. But it doesn't matter on how on point your messages are. If your video doesn't look good, it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, if you don't have a decent background, you know, and good editing with your videos, it's not going to go as far as you want it to. So I'm going to be working on that very soon, because I do want this channel to grow. I do want my message to get out to more people. And the only way I can do it is obviously, number 1, your help, making sure you guys share the video. But also, number 2, making sure things look good on my part, because looks do matter. All right. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Regardless if you're joining me live or if you are joining me and it's not live, I still really, really appreciate it. Congratulations to us for reaching 100 subs. The next goal will be 200 subs, aiming to have that by the end of this year. Can we do it? I think we can. Anyways, Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Love you guys, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, peace.